This is Druid4574. Welcome to Bone Machine, the fourth mission for the Jade Falcon Clan in Mechwarrior 2. And I need to build a mech for this one. This is a strictly a defense mission. So we have to defend a fire base, a group of buildings from an attacking enemy force. And as such, we'll use slightly different mech build for this. So let's put one together. Oh, and I think that they allow us to have a star config as well. So yes, I can have two. I can have two mechs, and I may do that depending on what happens when I play. Okay. So let's build a mech.
Mad Dog.
So it only gives me 60 tons, but of course I can have myself and somebody else.
Stormcrow.
So I'm thinking probably the Nova actually is what I'm thinking.
Jenner. Nova.
Yeah, the Nova has quite a large armor capacity, and this is only standard armor. 10 tons of that. So yeah, I think I'll choose the Nova for myself. And because this is a defense mission, we'll need a good balance of speed so that we can react to incoming enemies quickly, and also armor so that we can take lots of hits and avoid the buildings getting hit as much as possible by taking the hits ourselves. So even though there's tons of armor on this thing, we need to add more. So I'm going to, as usual, delete all the weapons, remove all the heat sinks. I believe the planet this is on is a very cold planet, so we can probably get away with less heat sinks for this one. So I'm going to switch to ferrofibrous. I tend not to use the standard for internal or armor unless I'm in a particularly heavy mech and I want those criticals for heavy critical weapons or heat sinks. So you'll see me do that later. So I need to put, excuse me, put armor in the legs. It looks like the arms are full so far. So let's see, 8 and 23, what is that? 31? Yeah, I can add an extra one there, and 17 and 7 is 23. No. No, that's 24. Okay, so we're maxed out, and I'm going to delete the extra armor. Can I do one more? I think I'll have to stick with 9 tons. It doesn't really gain me that much. It really doesn't gain me that much as far as weight, but I'm going to stick with this. Okay, so we'll have to put a little bit more armor in the back, but I think this is going to be a heavy, yeah, this is going to be a heavy front armor because I'll try to keep my back protected because the Nova has that problem of going left and right with the torso, so I don't have to worry about that as much. So I'm going to keep it heavily biased towards the front of the machine. I keep doing that. Come on. Torso, right, torso, 17. Okay, 18.6, 18.6, and I want 18.6 here. And, well, the head, I'll just put that in there. Okay, now we need some weapons. So, I've done machine guns, what else? Okay, so I'm thinking the Nova is usually set up for doing a lot of heavy energy weapons usage. It has a lot of capacity for, a lot of potential capacity for heat sinks. But I definitely want some other stuff in there. So let's do an LB autocannon for this one. And I think I want a 10. Man, those are heavy. I think I'll just go, well, the 2 is like almost useless. It's basically a machine gun that actually has some range associated with it. But because it's an LB2, it fires so slowly that it... Okay, I'll put it on here so that I can showcase it. I think this is among the most useless weapons in the game, honestly. Okay, so we've got that. I'll deal with pulse in a bit. So, some missiles. Let's do regular short-range missiles so that we can get in close to the enemy and pour in those weapons. But these are going to be dumbfire missiles. So let's see, how can I work this out? This is going to be a little unusual, so let's do 1 6 and 1 4. Okay. And let's put in some lasers now. I'm debating whether I want a particle cannon. They're awfully nice, but I'm thinking not. Well, yeah, no, I'm going to say no. And we're going to put an ER laser in there, a large one, and then I'm going to put in at least a couple of small ER lasers. These are going to be for extreme short range. And I think this will end up being okay. So we need some heat sinks to deal with all the heat buildup on this silly thing. And assign the criticals, ferrofibrous. There's a lot of jump jets, but that is okay. We will use them. Ferrofibrous. Let's see, I've got missiles. I'm going to put the missiles in here. So one of them here and one of them here. And the autocannon on one arm and the ER laser, the big one, the large one, on the other arm, and that will have heat sinks associated with it. I will put one of the small ER lasers here in the center torso and one of them in the head, because that is a great idea. Oops, that's a great idea. So now I've got some unassigned criticals to deal with, and I'll put heat sinks in here. Ferrofibrous, and there you have it, a Nova with this loadout. So I'm going to call that the useless LB autocannon. Okay. And I'm going to save this mech. And we are ready for the field phase. So this is Druid4574. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.